Well, welcome to Bias Unplugged, unfiltered, unapologetic, and unplug from the bias that holds us back. This is a Morris Perspective podcast, and I'm your host, Connie Morris. Now, listen, I'm not just your host today. I'm also a former police officer, a former criminal justice educator, or you once won, always won in both of those categories, and a black woman who have seen this thing from both sides of the badge. So when I say today's episode is personal, I mean it. We're talking real, raw, and straight from the booking desk. Today's topic is innocent until racially profiled, bias in law and order, and the law. I can't say it right. Innocent until racially profiled, bias in the law and order culture. Because the reality is this. In America, some folks are presumed innocent and others, they are presumed guilty the moment they walk into the room. Let's cover the topic of racially profile. It's still alive and kicking. Let's be honest, the suspect description is always vague until they spot melanin. Black male, 5'8" to 6'5". Look at that spread. Medium build, wearing something. And suddenly you or your brother, your son, your student, or your husband is a match. Because bias doesn't wait for evidence. It moves on instinct. And that instinct, it has been trained by stereotype, media propaganda, and generational fear. You are not safe in the skin you're in. You are suspicious until proven otherwise. So let's talk about it. Real life bias in law and order culture. So let's break it down. What does it look like? You're followed around the store while the actual thief is in khakis in aisle 9. You're pulled over and immediately asked, do you have any weapons? You're walking home in a hoodie and suddenly fit the description. You speak up in the courtroom and they ask, are you the defendant or a family member? Bias in law enforcement isn't just about bad cops. It's about a culture that has been fed a steady diet of black equals threat and white equals authority. From the courtroom layouts to media narratives, from traffic stops to sentencing, bias is baked into the system like it's part of the uniform. So, how do we unplug from this strategy? What do we do? Unplugging this from this level of bias takes more than one conversation. But here how we start. Here how we started. Name it without shame. Don't let fear keep you silent. If you've been profiled, say it. If you've seen it, call it out. Educate with intention. Use books like The Propaganda of Racism to understand. That's my book, of course. I understand how racial narratives are sold and spread. Break the pattern. And number 3, support reform, not just perform. Push for training, yes, but also transparency, accountability, and community involvement in law enforcement decision. And finally, number 4, vote like policy affects your people, because it does. Does. Who is the DA? Who's on the police board? These positions shape justice. Gonna repeat this. Unplug from this level of bias takes more than one conversation, but how do we start it? We name it without shame. We educate with intention. We support reform, not just perform. And we vote on policies that affect your people. Unplug from the activity of the week. How do we do that? The walk in my shoes reflection. This week, have a conversation with someone, a family, a coworker, a friend, about experience with racial profiling. Ask, have you ever been treated like a suspect when you weren't? How did that make you feel? How did you wish someone would have said or done it in that moment? We heal bias by telling the truth, one story at a time. That's interesting, right? Walk in my shoes reflection. Just try it and see how it works for you. So let's be clear here. Justice ain't justice ain't justice if it skips color and finds character. Being black shouldn't come with a warning label. So if you're ready to challenge the narrative, subscribe, share, and speak up. Don't forget to visit morrisinitiative.com for full episodes, resources, and to check out both of my books, Rethinking Implicit Bias Training and The Propaganda of Racism. Next week on Bias Unplugged, we're going inward with episode 7, Internalized Bias, when we believe the lies they told us. Because sometimes the loudest bias isn't around us, it's inside of us. Until then, stay aware, stay empowered, and stay unplugged.